Imagine a world where a masked figure lurks in the shadows, a phantom who strikes fear into the hearts of lovers and leaves cryptic messages that baffle even the sharpest minds. This isn't the plot of a horror movie, but the chilling legacy of an unidentified serial killer whose identity remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American criminal history. Our story begins on a quiet evening near a lake in Northern California. A young couple, enjoying the tranquility, suddenly found their peace shattered when a masked figure emerged from the darkness. Armed and menacing, he forced them out of their car and proceeded with a brutal assault. The couple survived, but this marked the terrifying commencement of a reign of terror. As the sun set, secluded lovers' lanes turned into hunting grounds for the phantom. Young couples seeking privacy found themselves prey to a merciless predator. In several instances, he ambushed them, brandishing a weapon and subjecting them to horrific attacks. These assaults often resulted in the death of one or both victims, leaving a trail of tragedy and devastation in their wake. But the horror didn't end with the attacks. The killer sent cryptic letters to local newspapers, detailing his crimes and taunting authorities. These letters included cryptograms, coded messages designed to challenge and confound. Despite concerted efforts to crack the codes, many of these cryptic communications remain undeciphered to this day. The killer's letters also contained threats of further violence. He boasted about his ability to outsmart law enforcement, vowing to continue his killing spree. These public threats heightened the fear and paranoia within the community, as residents grappled with the uncertainty of when and where the phantom would strike next. Despite intensive investigations and widespread media attention, the killer managed to evade capture, leaving law enforcement frustrated and perplexed. His ability to elude authorities and continue his reign of terror only added to the enigma surrounding his identity and motives. Who truly was this shadowy phantom? This terror-inducing figure, this spectre that induced goosebumps, left people petrified and confounded. But what lay beneath the mask? How does one put a name to a face that's hidden behind a mask? An identity concealed under layers of guile and dishonesty. An unidentified being familiar only to his victims, their fear-filled faces reflecting the dread he instilled. What could the face masking the fear look like? Was it as terrifying as the fear he kindled, or was it as mundane as any other? What was his driving force, the fuel to his vile acts? Was it pleasure, thrill, or an expression of some deep-seated personal turmoil? We dare to delve into the depths of his psyche, probing the murkiness of his past. Was there a triggering event that set him on a horrifying path? Or was he born with this inherent darkness that mutated and rotted inside him, prompting him to commit such grisly acts? As we traverse the labyrinth of his mind, we are confronted with questions that defy reason. Questions that challenge our understanding of human nature, of morality, and of societal foundations. Were the deeds premeditated, the result of thoughtful planning and execution? Or were they impulsive judgments propelled by an uncontrollable urge? These are the enigmas that persistently baffle us as we try to unravel the mystery of the masked phantom. His eerie legacy extends beyond his victims. It reaches us, permeating our collective consciousness, invading our fears and nightmares. It's a petrifying reminder of the darkness not lurking in some far-off corner of the world, but right here among us. In the society we inhabit, in the places we call home, in the locales we deem secure, the darkness can reside. It can lurk in the least expected places, remain latent in the most usual circumstances, biding its time to pounce. Yet, amidst the barrage of these questions, there exists a disquieting silence. A silence born out of our inability to truly understand the phantom, to grasp his motives, his justifications, his very existence. It's a silence shrouded in mystery, in the unknown, in the realm of the unfathomable. And it's this silence, this uncertainty, that lends an eerie quality to the legacy of the masked phantom. Because it's not just the fear of the unknown that terrifies us, but the realization that the unknown could be anyone. It could be the individual you cross paths with daily, the one dwelling next door, or even someone you regard as a friend. This is the horrifying reality that the legacy of the masked phantom forces upon us. And so the enigma endures. The questions remain unanswered, the darkness unexplored. The legacy of this anonymous killer continues to frighten us, serving as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most unsuspecting places. So I ask, as we delve deeper into this enigma, who am I?